Hey guys, and welcome back to Legomaster627's Creations. So today it is Monday, July 15th of 2024. So last time I accessed the world was 7/8/24 at 10:53 p.m. Let's go in. And of course, since I have not accessed the world since the last episode, obviously nothing has changed at all. But that all changes now, because we're going to be creating something in this very spot right here, right next to what we built nearly a year ago, which being this village. Now, we are going to build the secondary village I made after the events of this one, which was in March of 2015, whereas this was in December of 2014, right when I started playing Java Edition. In fact, one of the first things I ever made. I'm referring to this. What we're doing today is going to take around at least 5 episodes at max. So, it's going to be a very, very, very interesting project. And much like that, I have to do all this from memory. So, woo! Wish me luck, guys. Because, oh boy, I think this is going to be even more suffering than the last one. Yeah, you thought that was hard? Oh, I think this is even harder. Thankfully, I have bits of it in my mind so I can, like, kind of visualize and picture and remember what it kind of looks like. So I'll go for as far as I can remember. Oh, also, one thing I did say in the last episode is that I did pray that this hat wasn't the same as the previous year. I did check last year's footage for the summer party, and this is not the same hat. No, it is completely different, thank God. Although looking at it, it is similar to the Legos Island Summer 2024 hat, just a different color instead of yellow. It's tan. Regardless, that's getting off topic. So like I said, we built all this at the end of August in 2023 and did it through the the middle of September, and then we made all of this. But now, again, we're gonna go beyond that, because now, again, we got a huge village to make. So, technically, normally nothing is meant to be beyond here, because in the original world that this was located in, I also completely forgot the name of that world, by the way. I think the world that this gigantic sand village was in, I think it was just called, like, Sand Village or something, or just, like, The Village. I don't know. I don't remember the name of this world that this was based on, because this was a completely different world, and then what we're about to do now is also a completely different world. So, this is going to be interesting, because I think this world, like, that I'm about to build, I think was just called, like, The Village, and then, like, nothing else beyond that. If I recall correctly, at least. I'm going to probably be wrong, although granted, I'm the only one who knows that, so I can only blame myself if I'm wrong. Regardless, I'm taking everything out of my inventory. I should really take out all these items, because they are kind of not relevant anymore. But obviously, the main thing we're going to need is obviously sand. Now, one thing I do technically remember, and of course, this was before the colors were changed to look more colorful back then. Because you see, this was 2 years before the World of Color update, aka 1.12, came out. So, there are going to be a few minor differences. Even if we were to go back to the old graphics, there still are going to be some minor differences. Now, granted, what I might do is build a majority of sand off camera. So, I will do you guys a favor and do that right now. Alright guys, I'm back. So I did a lot of it off camera, which you can probably already see by the time difference. I already started working on the little lodge area right here, which I will just finish up myself right now. I did this mainly because it's going to take a while. Also, I am splitting this into 5 episodes for a reason, actually, because there are a lot of places that were in this gigantic sand village back in the day. Oh yeah! I just realized the cat's only just appeared now, and I forgot to go find another one for the day, but oh well, since we're already here, we're just gonna keep them here for the time being. Oh right. If I recall correctly, since again I have to do all this by memory, I literally have to do every single freaking inch of this dang place all by memory. That's actually insane. Just like that other one over there. And if I recall correctly, I think this actually has a second floor if I recall myself, since I'm the only one who knows about it. Like, I think again there was a second floor, so I'm gonna build one now. We're purposely building the like the first part of the village. I think there was like 3 parts to this village. Like there was like 3 specific areas to this village where because like actually funny enough, that over there, you saw that there was a lodge, a workplace, and a hotel. You know what's funny about this? This village also had that, but of course they look different. I'm actually, like, not lying. I'm not making any of that up right now. That's actually a legitimate serious fact from what I recall. In the next episode, I think we're gonna do a town area. So, that'll be interesting. So yeah, like, similar to that, this has, like, a work area, a hotel, and a lodge. But again, they are different, so of course it is, you know, not exactly the same. Which is a good thing. The problem is I completely forgot where the staircase is meant to be. So, freaking rip me. Or I could just probably make that up myself now. I mean, to be completely honest, I think it was like this, but again, I'm the only one with this knowledge. So how would any of you figured it out? Yeah, none of you back then, back in 2015. Heck, I wasn't even making videos yet at the time. That wasn't until like the end of the year. Yeah, no, dude, this was like the beginning of the year. Like, boy, that was a long time ago. That was a long time ago, and like, 8 months actually? It will be 10 years since I made this village, which makes me question, maybe I should have done this then. But I probably would have forgotten about the projects by then. Knowing me. Plus also, I did promise to you like a year ago. Actually, scratch that. Let me take that back. I actually promised you this project almost 3 years ago in 2021. Now, why do I say 2021? Well, it's because it was actually hinted towards, or in the episode where we made the amethyst cake for the Big Oak Series 5th anniversary for Mine and Rose Crystal series. It was like hinted that there was like going to be a huge project, and that would have, ironically, funny enough, would have been this. And then now here it is, almost 3 years after I tell you it. Insane how that works, right? Freaking insane how that works. I finally reveal it. I finally do the project. And this was supposed to be a year ago alongside this project. But they all got split up by a year. So, oh well. I guess I'll put windows here if I recall, because I think there might have been windows here back then as well. Now, I'm actually trying to go as fast as possible, so we're not spending too much time on these buildings. That can explain why. I'm like trying not to spend like too much time on a certain building, so that can explain why I'm going kind of fast. Although I think that might actually be it for this building. I don't think I recall that being the way it looks, but I don't think anyone's really going to matter, especially since I'm the only one with knowledge. I should probably stop bringing that up before I annoy you all, including myself. I think I remember the lodge being this tiny. In some way. I don't know. I don't remember. Well, it doesn't matter. I do remember the secondary entrance being here, though, which can also now lead us right into our next building. Which, it's kind of funny that I mentioned that, because it actually uses practically the exact same pieces for this very building right here. I am not making that up whatsoever. Now let's get to the work area, which was way longer in length compared to that. So, I can assure you that much like the original, it had 2 doors as well, which I'll get to in a minute. Yep, it also had 2 doors. Now, why did the village go like 1 block shorter? Well, it's because, well, actually, I don't remember. I just felt like it. I guess the design looked cool. Pardon me just 1 second. You see, I'm actually trying to do a majority of this off camera to prevent boring you guys, which I know exactly what I'm doing when it comes to that. So, don't you worry. I know exactly what's going here. that's why I just did a ton of that off camera. Again, to prevent boring you guys, and also to get the process done slightly faster, also on my part as well. Mainly because it's also 10:04 at night. I know that's technically not considered late unless you want to count midnight as that, which technically it is. By the way, I should announce that that series is coming back. Midnight Fun, like, legitimately is finally coming back. I have an idea in mind. Finally, after like 9 months, legitimately. Oh, and there actually is something in here. There it goes. Grab that. I don't mean this though. We can just go out the other entrance. You see, this also had a very similar roof. So, yeah, the building, though, was slightly longer. Oh, and that glass is not meant to be there. And you're not meant to be there either, Stripes. In seriousness. That's it for the roof. So, we are going to now build the inside of the workplace. Which I do remember, I think, being slightly this long. If I recall, judging by my memory. Like, if I recall, there might have been, like, a certain room that I made where, like, I think it was, like, a ton of desks. The only thing I remember was, like, on, like, hold on. I remember there, like, being, like, a desk at front, just like the original one in the other village that we made a year ago, almost. But I don't remember what was beyond this point. I think there might have been, like, a legitimate office back here, if I recall. Judging by my own memory, that's probably what I recall back here. Oh, and to make it more feel like the Sand Village world, I put sand all around here. So, what happens when we go inside, and as you can see I've done more improvements, you'll see that it makes it feel like we're actually there, when in reality we aren't. But that doesn't stop me from doing the following. This is meant to be a recreation of that office area that we saw back in the previous village. Respectively, at least, is what it's meant to technically be. It's meant to be a recreation of that. At least to what I recall. So, that can explain that. So, like, that's what these are meant to be. Which is actually really cool. Now, I don't remember exactly what was on these, so I'll just put these here for the sake of right now. It doesn't have to be accurate, as long as I get it almost slightly accurate to the actual building. Good enough. Now, I think, if I recall, I think there were actually torches in here. Actually, scratch that. That might have been the overall lodge itself over there that might have had that. Now I'm starting to remember if that was legit or not. There we go. That actually looks kind of accurate. There we go. That's the work office. Looks pretty nice. Alright. And we only got one more place here. Which, as you can see, well, I'm going to be quite honest with all of you. Remember what I said about there being a hotel? Well, you know what's actually kind of freaking funny about all of this? Let it be known that it kind of shares almost the exact same color scheme as the Legos Island one. So, that's interesting. That is extremely interesting. Because, like, it shares practically nearly the same color scheme as Legos Island's hotel. Which is, again, very interesting. Because I, myself, pretty much completely forgot about that. I also just realized I don't think it was actually that big. And it also did not mean to do that. Also, I don't remember how many floors this hotel was. I only remember the previous one having only 3. This one, I do not remember how many floors there were. What I do know is that, like the previous one, there also were 2 doors. Oh, and I think this might hit slightly. Now, like I said, however, I don't remember how many floors there were in this hotel. And that might have been the length? I'm not sure. I forgot. And once again, to save you all time, I did a majority of this off camera. Which, as you can clearly see, that's exactly what I did. I also went ahead and did some slight improvements here. Which, as you can see, you'll notice how the buildings are slightly further in front. You'll notice how this room got slightly longer and more computers were added. This is mainly because I just remembered from memory that that's kind of how it looked. Also because I remembered that they weren't that far away from what we saw earlier. The hotel, on the other hand, is still quite interesting, as I still have completely forgotten how many floors were in this hotel. If I remember, there was at least 5 or 6. Now I will build the majority of these off camera, so don't you friggin' worry. I got you all covered, guys. You won't have to see me build every single floor on camera. Probably only the first 2, and then the rest I'll just build off camera during another pause segment. Which is actually serious, because I'm actually considering on doing that, actually. Because, holy frick, this is taking forever. Also, it's already 10:26. I did not realize that, like, 22 minutes had already gone by. That's crazy. That 22 minutes have already gone by that quickly. Holy frick. I legitimately did not realize that 22 minutes had already gone by that quick. Sorry, make that 23. I did not realize that much time already went by already. I must be doing a lot of work here if that's the case. Now, like I said, I will build the rest of these floors off camera on another pause in about a minute. Let me just do the windows here after I finish this wall, and then I'll pause it again until I build the rest. Which, like I said, is at least 4 or 5 floors. If, again, I can recall from my own memory, that is. Oh, no, wait, sorry. Too low. It's meant to be 1 block higher. And then I think, if I recall, much like the Legomaster Hotel, there was, like, 3 windows each. Thanks, Straps. I'm referring to... Oh, come on! Right as I was about to place the last window. Get over here. Dear God, it's crazy that you can literally see the house that I ironically made this village in. That's funny. Anyway, let me do the rest of this off camera. Now that that is done, I put 4 floors because that's how much I can remember. Now, you know what's more crazy about this whole entire village? For me having a really good memory, there is one problem. I mostly only remember this village on the outside, not on the inside in terms of the building, so most of this might just be custom made myself. I'm actually not making that up. I mostly remember this village on the outside, not on the inside with all the buildings. So this, again, mostly is going to have to be mostly custom made. But can you really expect me to remember it that much? I didn't think so. So that's why I'm going ahead and adding all the torches now on camera, so at least I can do some of the hotel on camera, with a majority of it being done off camera, as you've been able to notice. We only need 1 more floor left, which is right here on the 4th floor. Right here. With all of that being said, that's very cool. Now that that's done, I will most likely fill these later. Oh, wait, sorry. There we go. And that's the hotel. And arguably, that's actually it for the episode. So guys, remember to like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed. Next time, on July 22nd, we're going to be doing the town portion of the village, which goes actually right around right here, actually. So that's going to be very interesting next time. It consists of 3 buildings, which I will reveal them in the next episode, as I don't want to spoil it. So look out for that next episode on July 22nd. And remember, like I said, there are going to be there's going to be 4 other episodes. We got 1 right here, 1 right here, 1 right here, and lastly 1 right here to all wrap it up. So we're going to be doing this for 5 episodes straight. And then I don't know what we're doing for August 19th episode. Regardless, this is a great start. I'm surprised how much I was able to get by memory, but it's gonna take so much more of it. See you next time!